Well, welcome back to my channel and to a trail camera review. If you would ask me what's the worst part about running trail cameras, it's probably buying batteries. Well, today I might have the answer for that. It is the Campark T-150. This is a Wi-Fi 24 megapixel trail camera, but it has an integrated solar panel built right into the top of the camera. Now with this solar panel and the built-in lithium-ion battery, you can run this trail camera without putting in any batteries whatsoever. I'm going to do a quick unboxing of this, and then I'm going to put it out in the field and test this camera. I'm going to show you sample photos and videos and what kind of quality you can expect from this trail camera. I'm interested to see how the solar panel holds up. Now they do advise putting in 4 batteries to use as supplemental power in case you don't have enough sunlight. I'm going to test it with and without batteries and see how this camera performs. Let's get into the unboxing. So it is the Campark T-150. Has some of the specs and information here if you want to pause it and look at those. Inside the package we have some information and the user's manual. So we have the camera, the solar panel. We'll take a closer look at this camera in just a second. It does come with a tree strap with a plastic buckle on it. It has a universal mount here. You could use this as a wall mount. Screw it into the 1/4 on the bottom of the camera. And it has a USB cable. Taking a closer look at the camera, it is actually smaller than what I thought it is. It's a pretty small camera. It does have this solar panel that's all part of the frame. It cannot be removed. You have 2 latches here on the side that opens up the whole camera. It does have a spot in here, as I had mentioned, for 4 batteries, but you can use this camera without using any batteries. Let's see if it'll turn on. There it did. It's saying please insert an SD card. Turn that back off. It does take a micro SD card, and there's your USB port. Behind it here, it has a place for a security cable. This would be where your tree strap goes. On the back here, it does have a 1/4 mount for optional mounting. Up front here are your low glow LED lights, of course your lens and your PIR sensor. So next I'm going to be putting in a micro SD card into this camera and mounting it out in the field and start getting sample photos and videos. I am not going to install any batteries because I want to see how it operates on that internal lithium battery. Now it does say it recommends putting in batteries as supplemental power in case that this panel is not able to keep after. If you do not have enough sunlight, the camera would automatically switch to the 4 AA batteries that you have installed. But this camera should operate without any batteries at least for a period of time. So I'm going to fully charge this internal battery and I'm going to put it out into the woods and start testing it. So I've been having fun testing this Campark T-150, and I've had it out here in the field for almost 2 months now. I was very interested in how the solar panel was going to work. It is right here behind me. You can see it's in a pretty wooded area, although most of the leaves have came off at this point because we are in winter time. When I first mounted the camera there was still some leaves on the trees, and I wanted to see exactly how that solar panel was going to operate. I didn't put any batteries in the camera whatsoever. It's simply running on the internal battery and that solar panel. But there's something else I want to touch on real quickly, and that is the Wi-Fi feature. When you get within maybe 40 or 50 feet of this camera, you can activate the Wi-Fi on the camera. The Wi-Fi feature cannot connect to any other network. You cannot send it through the cellular network or through your home Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi feature simply means that this can emit a Wi-Fi signal that your smartphone and the app can log on to, and that allows you to adjust the settings and also view the photos and videos that are on that. This Wi-Fi option can be very handy if you don't want to physically touch the camera, or maybe you would have your tree stand mounted pretty close here and you're hunting close to your camera. You could be up in your tree stand and check your trail camera, see any photos or videos, so you can sneak into your spot, get in your tree stand, never touch the camera, but yet sit up in the tree stand and check the photos and videos from there. So this Wi-Fi feature is a nice function that this camera offers, but let's check out the battery life. Let's see if it continued to operate, how many videos it took. And again, I have no batteries in there whatsoever. I have simply been running it off the internal battery. So let's check out this battery life, see if it'll give us a display of exactly what that is. If we open it up here, we're going to switch it to the setup menu here. Hopefully it should bring up a menu. If we look down here in the corner, it shows on the left hand side there that there is no external batteries in it. I haven't put any batteries in it ever, but here's the internal battery and it's showing 100%. Also, if we go into the playback mode here, we can see that it has taken 62 videos. And that's just on this check. On the previous check, I had over 180 videos. So we had well over 200 videos taken now. They're 20-second videos, and you can see the battery's at 100%. Let's open it up here and just show that there are no batteries in there whatsoever. We're just depending on this solar panel, keeping the external battery that's inside of this camera charged up. So that absolutely impresses me. I have well over 200 20-second videos on this, and without ever using a single AA battery. Like I said, I'm impressed. I'm going to share with you my pros and cons. Are there any cons? What are the pros? I'm going to share those with you at the end. But first I wanted to show you sample photos and videos from this camera. It's great. It can run off of solar, and that Wi-Fi option is great also. But does it have quality photos and videos? Let's check them out. Check out these samples that I've taken from this camera at this very spot. So I've done an unboxing of this trail camera. I then put it out into the field and showed you some of the features and functions of this Campark trail camera. I showed you sample photos and videos. In fact, I was quite impressed with those sample photos and videos, but it's now time for my final thoughts. For my final thoughts on this trail camera, I'm going to start out with the pros because, well, the list is pretty long and there's just about all positives with this trail camera. The first thing I had mentioned in the unboxing is I was impressed with its compact size. In the pictures, it's kind of hard to tell. You see this solar panel up top here. You think it might be a pretty big unit. This is just slightly bigger than my palm here. It really is a small trail camera, and this integrated solar panel doesn't seem to add too much bulk to it. Again, you cannot remove this solar panel, and it also has that built-in lithium battery, and you can also not remove that. So the number one pro, I like the compact size. I was slightly surprised that it was a bit smaller than I liked. And anytime camera is small, I like that. It's easier to conceal. easier to hide, easier to transport out into the field. I like its compact size. Next is simply the photo and video quality. This is outstanding quality. If you couldn't tell from those sample photos and videos, this is some of the best quality I've gotten from any trail camera. I was quite impressed. The photos are in the wide mode, the 16:9 aspect ratio. I like that. The videos, you can choose up to 4K at 30 frames per second. I did run it on that some. I ran it at 1080p also. As you can see, in the daytime and nighttime, just crystal clear videos. I cannot stress enough how impressed I am. A trail camera in this price range giving that type of quality video, I love it. Also, the audio on those videos, if you could tell in those samples, it has quite good audio. You could easily hear the animals walking in the leaves. You could hear the environment around, exactly what was going on. It's probably not the best audio I've ever heard, but it is absolutely acceptable. It is right up there. It's better than most trail cameras. The next pro, this solar panel on top. As you saw, I tested this camera, have over 220-second videos on this, and I never used a single battery. In fact, I've never put in AA batteries in this trail camera since I've received it. Now, I did make sure the internal battery was topped off before I ever put it out into the field, but as you can see, it was in a wooded location. Now, it wasn't total canopied over. Obviously, the more sun you can get to this panel, the better. But I wouldn't say this was in 100% pure sun. It absolutely wasn't. It was in the trees there, so the sun would pass through the treetops. Towards the end here, of course, all the leaves were off, and that definitely helped. But this small solar panel up on top absolutely kept after and ran this camera without ever putting in AA batteries. Again, I'll mention the manual says it suggests that you do run 4 AA batteries in it just as backup. But for me, of course, I wanted to test, can I run this without any batteries? I'm convinced I can. I was pleased that it held up, and as I showed you there, after over 200 videos taken, it was still at 100%. So the solar panel was doing its job, keeping that internal battery going, and you can run this even on video mode at night. Most of my videos, in fact, the majority of them were at night, which consumes more power. The solar panel kept after. That's a huge plus in my book. Saves from ever having to buy batteries. I think the build quality was good. Of course, it has this place for a security cable. I always look for that. It also has a place for a padlock. You can put a padlock on here. Keeps people from being able to open up the case here and take out your SD card. So security and quality of build. This integrated panel all seems to be good. I see no problems with waterproofing. I've had 0 problems with waterproofing. And just looking at it and the build quality, I don't expect there to be any trouble. It really does seem like it was quality built camera. Sounds like a long list of positive things. Are there any cons? Well, really, I had a struggle to come up with anything that really was negative about this. And in fact, the only thing that really came to mind is the built-in lithium battery. There is no way that I have seen or found that you could replace that. So if that internal battery would ever go bad, you are out of luck then. Again, this is an integrated panel. You can't take that off and replace that if it would ever become damaged. And again, if that internal battery would ever give up, of course you could operate this camera on the AA batteries. But there's no way to service or to replace the internal battery without sending it back to the factory. So that really is a pretty minor complaint. Again, the long-term durability, I have yet to see how many years will this last. I just don't know. But again, I have no reason to believe it's not going to hold up for quite some time. Most likely as good as any other trail camera. So that's my review of the Campark T-150. If you want more information, please check out the description. Click the See More. There's going to be a link down in the description if you were interested in purchasing this trail camera. Again, it's an affiliate link. I get a small kickback to my channel to help continue to produce these trail camera videos. If there's any deals that Campark's running, maybe a percentage off, again, that'll be down in the description. So please check out that information down there. I'd love to hear from you, what you thought. Was it good quality? Is it some of the best maybe you've seen? I was quite impressed. I'd love to hear from you. Put your comments or questions down in the comments section. I try and get back to each and every one of you. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.